Hi, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my new and improved channel. You can see my boys in the background behind me. My channel has a new name, Rosalind Health and Home, and I am so happy that you are with me today. As you can hear, I'm a little bit under the weather, but feeling so much better than I have, so that's really good. I have not been around in a while. I've just been really trying to focus on my priorities, and for a while the channel just sort of had to take a back seat. So, but I am back. I have some great ideas of things that I want to talk about on this channel, and so I am so glad that you are with me. Now today I'm going to be sharing with you what our math choices are for the next homeschool year, the 2022-2023 homeschool year. And this video is in collaboration with Devine from Calm in the Chaos and Shauna from Homegrown Homeschool. I will link to their channels below, but I will also link to the playlist where you will find other moms that are going to be sharing their curriculum choices with you. So if you are looking for some curriculum, math curriculum for the next school year, if you're kind of wanting a change, or you're wondering if there's something out there that's going to be maybe a little more helpful or a little less work, you might want to check out those videos. I will be definitely checking out those videos, even though I have my curriculum choices already, set in stone. Sometimes it's great to supplement with other curriculums or other ideas. And so even though maybe you won't go with a certain curriculum, maybe that curriculum utilizes manipulatives or things like that, that you think, wow, we can implement that in the curriculum that we're already using. And so that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today, what our curriculum choices are and the different additional tools that this curriculum utilizes to help my children effectively learn math. Now, I feel like this is so important because math really is one of those tools that some kids are really gifted in and some kids really aren't. Now, my husband and I both struggled in math growing up, and our children, for some reason, got the math gene. Not sure where they got that from. Didn't get it from us. They must have reached back into the grandparents or somewhere. Both of them really do well in math, but I do think that a big part of that is the curriculum choice that we've made. Now, if you have watched any of my previous curriculum choice videos, this video probably won't come as a surprise to you because we are sticking with the curriculum that we've always used for math. Now, I've made a lot of curriculum choices in all of the other subjects, but with math, we've always just stuck with this one because it works for them. They are mastering math very well using this curriculum. I don't want to fix what's not broken. So here we go. With my oldest son, we will be doing the next level of Math-U-See Zeta. And so here you have the DVD, which is awesome. Also, if you purchase from their site, you also get online videos. So if you don't have a DVD player, you can go for the online videos. It comes with a workbook, a test booklet, that's this thinner one here, and then this is the teacher book, which is invaluable if you don't want to have to go through and figure out all of the problems that they did to see if they got them right. The teacher book has the answers for you. It has the answer key, which is wonderful. Now this does come with manipulatives, so he's going to get new manipulatives next year. These are the algebra and decimal inserts. I don't know if you can see them here. I do not know how these work yet. I'm going to be talking about that in just a moment.
Just like the overlays I have.
Yes, I'm going to be showing those overlays here in just a moment. So my younger son is moving on to Delta. This now the Zeta is decimals and percentages. This is all division. As you can see, this is an older version. It's also a British version. This is the UK edition. So it also comes, of course, with the DVD, the test booklet, the student book, and the teacher book. And I'm going to explain a little bit about how we use these. Now, my older son does not write in his student book. He writes his answers down in a spiral notebook. That way his younger brother gets the student book when he moves on to that level. This helps us because we do live in Europe, and so getting materials shipped here is pretty much, it would bankrupt us. So what we were able to do this year is because there was a group of students that came to do a short-term mission trip from Oral Roberts University. I was able to get in touch with one of them and kindly ask for them to bring his new Zeta book with them, and they did that. That was so wonderful. And so that way we can kind of save on shipping. But so that's how we kind of use that, and that's why the Delta version is a little bit older. I'm pretty sure that my kids are not the only ones that used that one, because we did get that from another homeschooling mom. So now what I like about Math-U-See is that it uses manipulatives. So I'm just going to show you a little bit. These are the 10 blocks. These are the 9 blocks. I won't show you all of them. They start off with these smaller ones. So you have 1 blocks. Now, Mr. Demi calls these units. You have units, tens, and hundreds. And this is what the 100 blocks looks like. It looks like this. And so you use these blocks for all of your addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And he shows you how to use these manipulatives in different ways to learn the answers. But what it's doing is it's teaching you to sort of visualize using manipulatives, and then at some point you stop using the manipulatives, but you're able to sort of continually visualize that, but also memorize your facts. Now, I don't know if you're like me, I've not pushed memorizing the facts because I myself haven't memorized all of my math facts. I think, you know, for some children that is so difficult that it really makes math a negative experience for them. I don't want math to be a negative experience for my children, and so far it hasn't been. And yet they're still mastering math. And so, and Math-U-See is a mastery-based program. And so you don't move on to the next level or even really the next lesson until your child has mastered that. And if you do, it can get really, really difficult the further along you go. So that's why I do think of these as levels and not grades. So although Zeta would be probably the 6th grade equivalent to math, I don't think of it as 6th grade math. I think of it as the Zeta level or the Delta level, because you know, they might struggle in one math concept, and it might take them a lot longer, you know, 2 years to learn a math concept, and that's okay. We won't be finishing our math levels this year by the end of the year. So they will be finishing up this year's math level before they move on to the next math level next year. So we have those blocks, and then for this year, my older son is learning fractions, and so you have these fraction overlays. So you have these clear overlays with lines on them, and then you have different sized colored inserts that go in to that go into those overlays to help build different types of fractions. And so using this, they learn how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide fractions. These different manipulatives on every level have been so invaluable to my children. They have really learned how to use these different concepts. They've learned these different concepts using these different manipulatives, the overlays, and the blocks and things. And so I don't know if that gives you some you know, something to think about as far as Math-U-See goes. If math is a little bit intimidating for you, and it definitely was for me, you know, trying to teach my children, particularly geometry, which was a math concept I never did learn. I gave up in high school learning geometry because I just couldn't understand it. They do touch on geometry in every level so far. They have touched on geometry. And for the first time in my life, I'm actually understanding geometry because of the way that Mr. Demi explains the different, you know, geometry rules, and you know, how to find areas of shapes and things like that. I'm understanding it for the first time in my life, and it makes sense for the first time in my life. So if math is a little bit intimidating for you, consider Math-U-See. It comes with a video. Mr. Demi breaks down math concepts to the point that they are so easy to understand. Fractions was another concept that I really struggled with, and I'm not sure that I ever really fully learned. And yet I understand how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide with fractions now. Having gone through the lessons with my son, I do sit with him and I listen to the lesson. We work them out together. So you can essentially say that I'm learning math right alongside him, and I'm learning it to the point that I can actually explain it to him. And we all know that the best way to learn something is to teach someone else, right? And so I'm learning it well enough to be able to teach him, to be able to help him through problem areas where maybe he's struggling to understand a certain concept. And I'm understanding it well enough to be able to do that because of the DVDs, because of the way that Mr. Demi so expertly explains math concepts. He breaks it down to where it's super simple to understand. So if that is an area where you feel maybe a little bit intimidated, especially as you're getting into the upper grade math, I just want to encourage you, consider looking at Math-U-See. It is wonderful, and this is why I absolutely will not go with another program, at least for the time being, because this works for us. It works for me. It works for my children. They're mastering math so much better than I ever did in school. And so these are our curriculum choices. Again, I want to encourage you, check out the links that are in the description box below. Be sure to check out that playlist. I will definitely be checking out that playlist because, like I said, maybe you aren't going to make a curriculum change, but maybe you're looking for something to add to your curriculum, something to supplement what you're doing, or some manipulative ideas that you can use with your children to help them, just sort of solidify these math concepts as they are learning them. So go ahead and check out those videos below. Be sure to check out Davina and Shauna's channels, give them some channel love. And if you haven't liked or subscribed, if you haven't liked this video, be sure to do that. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to do that too, and ring that bell for notifications, because I do have more content planned. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.